Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Nanda and I like to make videos for women that are looking to get stronger and look more beautiful after their 40s. And so what I did this weekend is I went to Ulta and I splurged a little bit. I don't know about you, but I hadn't been at Ulta in a long time. And I am so excited because I do love makeup, and for my maturing phase, I like to try different products. And so what I thought is it would be a great idea to put together this video and show you what I got, and at the same time, go through my day makeup look and see what you think. And so if you're interested, then stick around. Okay, so for the fun part, let me just show you, like I was telling you, I went to Ulta and I had not been to Ulta in such a long time. I think it had been almost a year, I think, since everything closed. I just wasn't really buying any makeup or anything like that. And so as you can tell, I mean, some of that stuff had to get thrown out. And so I'm having to replenish some of my makeup stash. And I also ran out of some of my essentials. So I ran out of perfume, and I can just tell you that my favorite perfume ever, and I think I've been using the Escada perfume for over, I don't know, 5 years or so. And I just feel that, especially during the summer and the spring, I love that fragrance so much. And so I got that at Sephora, which wasn't cheap. So, but anyway, so the other thing that I got is I ended up buying an Anastasia. It's the Luminous Foundation, and so I got this in a little bit of a darker shade than I typically do, and I got that just because obviously we're in the spring and coming up to summer, and I am olive complexioned, and I typically do get tanned very easily, so I wanted to definitely get something that was a little bit darker than my typical shade. The next thing that I got, which I thought was kind of exciting, I haven't tried yet. It's this it's the Kim Kardashian West Beauty palette, which I got this. It's got some really pretty shades, and I'm really very excited. I want to try that. And so I got that just for my my new colors and eyeshadows for spring and summer, so that's pretty exciting. Then the next thing I got is some mascara. Mascara is definitely something that I need. I have small eyes, and not very very long lashes, and so I really always need a good voluminous mascara. And I found this Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara that I'm gonna try. I mean, I already wore it once. I'm just kind of going through my haul here, and it's actually a nice mascara. And so the other thing that I got is this Kylie matte liquid lipstick and liner. I've had these and I've used these before, and I actually do like her line of lipsticks. I tend to need to reapply my lipstick a lot, and so anything that is a matte or that actually stays on my lips actually helps. And so I've found that this is one that that really does a good job. So I highly recommend. And so that is really all that I got. I know that it's not a whole lot, but I mean, I actually ended up spending more than I expected to. I think we all kind of do. But I mean, that in itself is quite a bit of money. Now, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna tell you about how it is that I go through getting my makeup session done. I do like to apply makeup every single day. For the most part, if I'm gonna go out, you're gonna see me with some form of makeup, sometimes a little bit more than others, like everyone. But the look that I'm gonna go for today is one that I would if I'm gonna be going out on the weekend where I don't want to have a lot of makeup. So it's not necessarily the no makeup look, but it is a kind of a light makeup look that makes you look more polished. So let's get started with that. And let me just share with you, and obviously a lot of you probably have some sort of skin regimen, but For maturing skin like ours, like you can probably see, I'm not wearing any makeup right now because I'm going to be applying it here. We do start seeing some fine lines, especially along here under the eyes, and I have those as well. And we do have some more discoloration throughout our face, and the pigmentation is different. And so I find that, you know, really moisturizing your face and making sure that it's hydrated is super important before you apply any makeup on. Also, I find that finding nice, lightweight foundations are key to making your face looking very youthful and beautiful. And so the first thing that I do is, as soon as I wash my face or, you know, shower, I do spray a Mario Badescu. It's a facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. And so what I do is I spray this over my face, and then as it's drying, I apply a Peter Thomas Roth. It is a water-drenched hyaluronic cloud cream hydrating moisturizer. This is something that I've been using for a long time, at least a few years. And I love that hydration from that moisturizer because it is not too much. So if you're someone that has either oily and or dry skin, I think that's a perfect moisturizer for you. I really recommend that if that's the type of skin that you have. And so once I let all of that just kind of sink and really get into my face, then that's when I start my makeup process, which is what I'm going to do right now. So I do apply a primer, and so I have a primer here that is from Bare Minerals, and it's the Primetime BB Primer Cream with 30 SPF. And I love to do something like this because it has some tint to it, and I have the medium tint, as you could tell. And so what this does, it gives me sun protection, obviously from the sun. And so I like to apply it. But this primer does set the tone, and that's my initial step here, all right? The important thing about primers and primers that have SPF is that it protects your skin. Obviously, we have maturing skin, and the sun is really what damages and gives us those wrinkles. So the more you protect your skin, the better. So now I'm gonna go forward and use my Anastasia, the Luminous Foundation, which I'm going to apply with a brush here from MAC. It's the 190. Now it does look slightly darker and orangey, but that is not a big issue. I've worn this and it does blend well with my skin tone. You really do want to make sure that it matches your neck and, you know, your chest color. That's really what you want to do, and you want to match your foundation color. Also, the camera and the lighting make it look a little more orangey than it really is. I do go over with my fingers just to make sure that I help blend any of the brushes. The next step that I like to do is to put a concealer on my eyelid, and it's somewhat of a primer. And so I use this MAC Soft Ochre paint pot, and this one basically gives me a very nice layer of a nude color, which is perfect because I want it to be a blank canvas, so that way when I apply my eyeshadow, I get the true color of that eyeshadow. So in terms of concealer, I forgot to mention, I did buy a concealer. I bought this NARS concealer. It's the Radiant Creamy Concealer. but I'm not going to use it, and I'm thinking about returning it. And the reason being is, let me talk to you about women and our maturing skin. And so concealers are very, very tricky because if you apply a concealer that is like too matte or too thick, it will make your wrinkles more visible than if you didn't have anything. And so I used to wear the Tarte concealer, which is very, very popular. In my opinion, it is not a good concealer for maturing skin because it will crease, and your wrinkles are going to be more noticeable than if you didn't wear anything. I'm not going to apply any concealer today because I just don't feel like looking at my wrinkles. So let's do a little bit of powder. I do like to use a powder. It's the Celebration Foundation from It Cosmetics. And in the medium tone, again, I just apply a little bit to make sure that I seal everything in. Now for the fun part, we are going to be doing our eyeshadows. And so today I'm really in the mood for, I'm going to be using this kind of like yellow tone right here. Actually, those colors are really beautiful. I know that they probably don't look that great, but they tend to be. I used to have one from another palette and I loved it. And so I saw this and I really wanted to see if that one will recreate the look that I like. And I'll probably use this one for the top of my lids. So this one right here on the left corner, but let's go. I love buying new eyeshadow palettes. One thing about makeup is I think that makeup is something that is fairly inexpensive that can bring us so much joy. And let me tell you why. I think that, you know, for women over 40, as we age and we mature and our bodies change and our skin changes, we start losing some of that confidence that we had when we were younger. Making sure that you feel beautiful in any way that you feel is so important to living a long and happy life. And so, you know, maybe you don't like makeup, and I get that. It is just that I like makeup. I feel that when I am put together, then it makes me feel so much better. Let's do the upper lid, and I'm going to use this. And I just want to highlight that part right under my brow, which is that upper lid area. And the key to looking more youthful is to somewhat tone down the makeup actually. So you can still wear makeup, but not makeup that's too flashy, that really highlights your face. I think that the more neutral and the palettes that really go with your skin tone are probably going to be the best, so you can still look very youthful and still very put together. So I'm going to talk to you about eyeliners. Eyeliners, I used to use a lot of those when I was younger. I'm trying to move away from eyeliners and really just concentrate on using eyeshadows. And so what is important for us here when we're looking at trying to make ourselves look more youthful is we also want to make sure that our eyes, because our skin starts drooping as we age, and so what we want to do is try to give the illusion that everything is still going up. And as you can tell, my eyes right here, you know, they're slightly coming down. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to give myself an outline of my eye, and I'm going to use this, it's a MAC Cosmetics, and I can't read the number, but it actually is kind of like a pencil, and it helps me with the definition. So if you can tell now, I've drawn a kind of an arrow, and so this is actually making my eye look a little bigger, and also that it's everything's looking up. So that is really what we want to do. All right, so you can see now that I've created this shape in this kind of an outline without using eyeliners. Now, what I do want to do is because I've literally just drawn these onto my eyes, I want to soften it up with another brush, and I am going to soften up that line. And so I'm going to be pulling up into the area, and you kind of want to see, this is my brow, this is where my brow ends, and then I'm just kind of creating an illusion. There you go. And so now we're doing it on the other side. And it softens up that line, and that way it doesn't look so awkward. Okay, so that is it for my eyeshadows and my outline. I don't put anything underneath. I used to actually do that, but because I have small eyes, it actually makes my eyes look even smaller. So I will not be using that anymore. I am now going to be using my mascara, which is this Too Faced mascara that I got from Ulta. But before I do that, I do curl my eyelashes. Now for the brows. I do have a little video up on YouTube where I talk about the fact that I don't really do much with my brows, and I know that I probably need some work in that department. Next, I like to apply bronzer because it's that time of the year where it's that spring, summertime, and so I want to make sure that not only I looked a little, since I'm outside and getting a little tanned, but it also blends the makeup, and I find that to really also give me that, I blend that with my blush. And so now that I've actually applied some bronzer, I apply this from It Cosmetics. That's the one that I'm using at the moment. And I'm also gonna show you my blush. This blush is from Charlotte Tilbury. It is the Cheek to Chic. It is a pretty color, and so it has a little bit of a highlighter as well. And I like to use two brushes. So this is the Real Techniques. It's a kind of a narrow packed brush, and what I like to do is apply it right under the eye area, okay? Not over here, but right over here. And I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do right after, because I use two brushes because I like to kind of pull that color down and then blend it. I actually use three brushes, and you'll see what I'm gonna do. So that gives me that plump and rosy look that we're going for. And last but not least is our lipstick. And so, like I said, I bought this at Ulta. It's the Kylie Jenner Ulta Beauty color. And so I'm going to line my lips. And that is gonna dry, and it's gonna stay on for hours. And so that is my day look, and I hope you enjoyed that. And if you do enjoy this kind of content, please let me know below, and I will definitely love to either review any products or attempt any different looks that you may want. And so let me know. I really want to do this because I want to give you any idea or any incentive or motivation to go out there and look for things that are going to make you feel more beautiful. So if you like this content, please consider subscribing to my channel, hit that like button, and leave me a comment below. Until next time, I'm hoping you have a stronger and healthier life.